So let's face it, we got piles of work today. We're trying to fit all the pieces of our lives together. It's really this sort of complex puzzle. Welcome to Tuesdays with Tony. Today I want to talk about life's lessons, really through one of the things that I love doing, building Legos. So let's take a trip to the Lego room. So Lego really knows the significance of play and what it means for humanity. And Lego's history is pretty cool. Lego means to play well in Danish, and in Latin it means I put together. And Lego's company values imagination, fun, creativity, learning, caring, quality. And of the tens of thousands of Legos that I've put together, as you can see, I've assembled over the years, I've not only experienced firsthand these values in Lego sets, but also have further learned more of their model. And I want to explore that today in further detail and share some insight as to how we can use this model to build a similar model in our life. So the first concept is that of spirit. And spirit is really Lego is saying that only the best is good enough. And in 1947, the company Lego invests in their first plastic injection system. And by 1949, the first brick is starting to be produced. By 1954, they start to realize that, hey, wait a minute, out there in the toy industry, there's really no idea of system. And so that's where the idea of the brick came in, to where you can start using these bricks to make systems and really change the way that we play. And in 1958, Lego files for their patent, which is the brick that we all know today. So this box really has the potential for us to learn all sorts of different things. And that's what I want to sort of explore. And really, to me, life's biggest lesson is really treating work as play. Looking at how kids can go out and work by swinging on the swing set and climbing up the stairs to go down the slide. Really, work turns into play. And as adults, I think we tend to forget that sometimes. We get sort of structured into thinking, oh, I got to go work 9 to 5, and that doesn't mean play because work and play are separate. More on that on my book, down below. Don't let life pass you by. Really win the game of work and play by getting into flow states. So let's explore that through Lego. So the first thing I always want to do is obviously sort out the bags. So of course we got bag 1 here. And just kind of set these off to the side. And here we go. Get the instructions out. Super pumped on this piece. This is hilarious, the moon. So the second part of their model as we build this up is that of promises. And there's 4 P's that they indicate. The first one is play, people, planet, and then partnering. So the play, obviously we know that it means play well. And the people, they want to allow for people to succeed and grow together. Who wouldn't want to work at a company like that? Planet, really looking at positive impact. Now I think I've heard that Lego is trying to move from plastic bags to more, environmental friendly. And in terms of partnering, right, they say that it's about mutual value creation. Of course, I love Jack and Sally, right? You all know that I've got the Jack and Sally tattooed on me. And like I said, this is like literally one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm super pumped. And so as I build Legos, all I can think about is working through these ideas I have and can imagine new ways of doing things. You can see from the Lego City that I've created over the years, there's sets that I've built, from instructions and things that I've just sort of created on my own, like this model ship. And really one thing that I like about Lego, and I think it's an important concept as people learn and try new things, is that once you set the pieces out, you've created in essence this safe space to actually try things, right? Most of us are embarrassed to try new things in public or whatever it may be. So creating this safe space to allow for this learning process, Lego does this so well. It gives you the box, gives you the instructions, gives you the pieces. You just set it up on a table on the floor. And what I love about the process of building Lego is it, tests your patience, your goal setting, right? Even tests your challenges and skills. And so in essence, flow has 3 antecedents. So flow is these optimal experiences. Some of you know that I'm studying the concept of flow in my PhD program, really looking at flow at work and then also enrolled in this performance neuroscience coaching program looking at the state of flow from the neuroscience perspective. But getting back to Legos, there's 3 antecedents that Mihai Csikszentmihalyi indicates for us to get into flow. The first one is clear goals, right? So Lego clearly has the goals set out. We've got the picture on the box of what we want. We've got the bags of Legos numbered 1 through whatever, except for Technic, that you just got to throw all in one pile and go. And then you have immediate feedback, which is, oh, that piece goes there, it doesn't go there, what have you. And then really the challenge to skill ratio balanced. So what I love about Lego is there's, the difficulty in sets can range, right? You have smaller sets with fewer pieces, and then you have the modular sets that can have thousands of pieces, right? So let's look at the third component of Lego's model, and that is the values. So we said them before. So it's imagination, fun, creativity, learning, caring, and quality. And really, Lego's redefining play and reimagining learning. There's an awesome book that I read on Lego. You can check it out. I'm getting a lot of the inspiration for this video from this book. Also as well, I love this thing, also because of the pictures and to count how many sets I've collected over the years. It says, really Lego is trying to activate champions for play. Now I always remember that the NCAA, commercial was, going pro in something other than sports, right? So college students didn't necessarily always become professional athletes. And that doesn't mean you're not a champion. So Lego looks at anybody who picks up their set, they can activate this champion in us. And I really love that. So let's look at the fourth component now, which they indicate as idea, and that is system and play. So recall that Lego was one of the first pioneers to say, hey, wait a minute, the toy industry needs a system, right? It's sort of lacking this way to integrate all the toys together and call that play. And really the system for me, as I look about it, interpret it as I built these Legos, it really truly is the Tom Sawyer effect, converting work into play. You're literally I'm working to take this piece and put it together with another piece, and we're calling that play, right? And all of a sudden I have this really cool Lego set that I've made. And the awesome thing about that, as you turn work to play can turn into flow. And so that's one of the things that I also love is when I'm building Legos, I get into this flow state. Now some of you might not be totally sure what flow is, and so an example you might have experienced actually is, say you're driving in your car and you've had a long road trip and it's 4-hour road trip, but you're listening to your music, you're engaging in great conversation with those in the car with you, and the road trip feels like 20 minutes. That's flow. And so that's the same thing with building Legos. You can achieve that flow state, and those are the 3 antecedents that we talked about earlier. If you can get to those, you can put yourself into flow at any point. So the 5th component that Lego has in their model is that of vision. And they want to consider themselves as a global force for learning through the concept of play. And that's pretty powerful. And I know their message is towards kids, but let's face it, who really ever grows up, right? And what's crazy is, Lego is a business. They're trying to manufacture, make a living, whatever you want to say. And Lego manufactures around the clock, 24/7. They're pumping out 4 million bricks units every hour. And they're serving about 80 to 90 million children, myself included, with sets around the world every year. That's insane. That's so cool. Talk about a global force trying to really make a difference for how we look at the concept of work, play, and then also from that getting into states of flow, and then also allowing the mind to just simply wonder, right? That's something that we're not allowed to do sometimes, it feels like. The 6th component is that of mission, and really what they're looking at there is to inspire and develop the builders of the future. And again, you can translate that into so many different ways. You could become a civil engineer and build actual buildings. You could become, these social workers and build these relationships with people. The concept of building can be applied to anything. Another great skill that you learn from building Lego sets that you can easily translate outside of the Lego building space you created. And then the last one, which I love, which is the top of their model, and that is about belief, in that children really are the role models. And I really sort of enjoy that. There's a park that is nearby to me and I like going, and as I walk around I see the playground and see the kids playing, and it's always interesting to me to see the kids playing, running around, while the adults are on their phones, I guess, playing. But the kids are just having fun. They're going up the stairs to slide down, they're playing on the swing sets, they're running around, they're having a great time. And it's such a reminder for us to be like kids. There's a laughter yoga book that I read, and it indicated that on average children will laugh about 400 times a day, adults less than 15. And it's kind of sad today. I don't know why there's this image of that adults need to look so serious and be adulting all the time. And I find that the parents live vicariously through the kids, which is fine and great, but it's okay to just have fun at the end of the day. And truly that's what Lego means to me. And so remember that success is not about good luck, it's good skills. And remember that we really should be turning work into play.